Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Alright, still got my Peterbilt 389, changed the color back to what I had it as before. This is the Black Knight color paint scheme. So let's go ahead and look for a job. We're here in Berlin, once again, and we're going to see what we can do. I think this is what we're going to do. It's Sugarbeets, so Toby Moby will be happy. Sugarbeets from Berlin to Hamburg. I was going to do a job out of St. Petersburg, but all the jobs out of St. Petersburg were rather far. So I figured this would be probably the next best thing. I was going to do this one for Farmer Beavis because energy drinks, but this one works out a bit better for me. So, all right, so let's set up the GPS for that guy right there. Let's hop in our truck, put the mirrors back on. Let's fire our truck up here. There we go. I have a feeling there should be a new version of this truck out soon. Just because the way I don't know if you can see it or not, but the look of the mirror, or the actual windshield itself, looks a bit off now. It's not as clear. Maybe it's just the time of the day as well. We need that up. Where are we here? Let's do this, and I have no idea where we're going now. In the opposite direction, of course. This is not always the case. You just head off in a direction because it seems like the right way to go, and then it's the wrong direction, of course. So, alright, let's turn around here. Hopefully I don't run into that pole there, but we are. I'm not careful. Alright. Perfect. Alright, let's get over to where we're supposed to be going then. Yeah, so I haven't played Euro Truck in a little bit. I've been playing a lot more Farm Sim lately, so I figured I should record. I have another one, another episode already in the pipe, but I recorded it at night, so I don't like the way it looks. So I figured I would just record another one during the day, because it works out a bit better. Because of course, when you drive at night, it doesn't look as pretty. So that's the reason why I'm recording another one in the day. So whatever works, I guess. Coffee break, 1 sec. Nice. It's funny, I did a little live stream last night, Thursday night live stream. I don't normally do live streams after work, but my girlfriend wasn't around last night, so I figured it would work out. And it was fine. It was a little short one, nothing too crazy. There we go. Yeah, it was a little live stream. I did play a little bit of Farm Sim on Bantakau. Always a great map to play on. If you've never played on that map, I definitely highly suggest playing on that one, because it is a fantastic map. Where's our pickup point? Apparently it's a kilometer away, so it's probably around the corner, is my guess. I finally figured out how to turn on and off that little screen down there. It's O. Someone let me know that it was O, and I was like, oh, sweet. So whoever that was, I forget now. But they told me, I think it was during a live stream or maybe in the comments, I don't remember exactly. Hopefully you can hear the sound of the truck a bit better this time around. I increased the sound a little bit, so you should be able to hear it relatively easy now. But there's no guarantee, of course. I can't hear it while I'm well, I can only hear what I'm hearing, not what you're hearing. So I would have to be careful. Alright. Taking the Sugarbeets. This one would be a nice trip too, but I don't have that much time this morning. That's always what it comes down to for me, at least, is how much time I have. Mainly because I generally record in the morning, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't done too many long trips with Euro Truck, is because you do kind of have to. It does take a while to do a trip. So one of the trips I did in the live stream last time I live streamed Euro Truck was. We went to St. Petersburg from London, I think it was. So that was like a 2-hour trip basically. We only did one trip, but it took like 2 hours, so. But it was good fun. Alright. Take the Sugarbeets. Toby Moby would be happy. There we go. Let's head on our way then. It's only 25 tons for this truck. 25 tons isn't very much. Even for 50 tons, it wouldn't really be a whole lot, to be honest with you. This truck's a little bit overpowered, if you ask me. Oh, there's a limo. Alright, are we going to hit any cars? Hopefully not. Good. One thing I've kind of noticed over time, with the G27 is that it still works perfectly fine, but now it's a bit noisier than it was when I first got it. Somebody commented on the last Euro Truck video about that actually. They could hear the G27 quite a bit, which I thought was interesting. So I'll have to keep that in mind. So I don't know if that was because I had it set up so it would. I'm not sure if it's because I had it set up with a little bit of force feedback, and I think that's what did it. It seems to be fairly quiet when you don't have force feedback on, so. But it might just be the location of my microphone too, which I mentioned in the comments to the person. So I know I know that might be part of it as well, because like basically, if I were to describe where the microphone was, it's like I have the steering wheel attached to the desk, and then right behind that is the microphone. But because that's the only place I can really put it, because it stands on a tripod, which is one of the unfortunate parts about having a the unfortunate part about having a blue snowball, I suppose. I know there are some, you can get, I think, an adapters for it that will allow you to actually put it on a, how do you call it, a boom arm. I know there are some that do that, and that's not a problem, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But we shall see. Hopefully in the near future. I've been scouting out a few microphones right now, ones that I can put on a boom that have a different sound to it. A little bit more, I don't know, professional, I guess. If you want to call it professional. Oh, we got cruise control. I don't need to speed quite that badly. Yeah, but I was thinking about a couple that are out there that would be kind of interesting. One of the ones I was looking at was called an AT Audio Technica 2020. Which is actually the same microphone that Daggerwin has, but he has the USB version. I was looking to get the XLR version, and actually it's the same microphone that Valley has, actually, Valley Beast. I haven't mentioned it a bit. He hasn't played much Farm Sim lately, so I haven't watched him that often, not because of that specifically, but just because I just haven't had a chance. He usually streams in the middle of the day, so for me it's kind of a bit, it's not always optimal to try and watch a stream in the middle of the day when I'm at work. So, but I'll still catch him on the weekends for an hour or two. He's a good guy. So yeah, he actually has one of those too. He has an XLR, the XLR version of the microphone. So one thing I've kind of noticed though, I was watching another video not too long ago, and the guy had like what's called a shotgun mic. Basically, it's like a little, I don't know how you describe it. If you know the guy from The Price is Right, it looks like kind of that microphone, like a long microphone. And I believe those are called shotgun microphones. Anyhow, he had one of those, and when he raised his voice like high, you could hear it crack and not do very well. And this microphone does the same thing, because sometimes I'll talk a little loud, sometimes I'll talk a little low. So if I get too loud right now with the microphone where it is, you'll be able to hear it crack a little bit, which is something I want to kind of avoid. But there's only a few ways I know how to fix that, and one of the ways is using what's called a compressor. But compressors are pretty fancy for a YouTube, a little YouTube guy like me, but not necessarily. Like one of the guys I mentioned a long time ago named Matrixus, the guy who plays Minecraft. He actually got partnered a while back, and I mentioned that. But he uses an AT 2020 with a compressor and a fancy mixer board. But he has a lot. He used to be a DJ, so at least it makes sense in his scenario. In my scenario, going that crazy right away, I'm not so sure about that yet, but soon, maybe. I definitely want to try and avoid picking up things like the steering wheel, because that's not cool. So, well. Anyways, I mentioned this in one of my other videos. If there's I think the video I recorded but never didn't, for whatever reason, didn't work properly, which is kind of annoying. It happens every once in a while. You record a video and the video doesn't turn out for whatever reason. I don't know. It's weird because I can watch the video on my computer, but I can't upload it to YouTube, so it's a bit strange in that regards. So I never quite figured out what the reason for that was, though. Anyhow, like I was gonna say, the thing I mentioned in one of the other videos was, if there's anything you guys think I could do to improve the videos for you guys, let me know. I'm kind of curious because it's would like you guys to enjoy yourselves as much as possible. So I'm always looking for feedback, and that's probably the easiest way I can think of asking for feedback, is just to ask you guys, what do you think I could do? Some people, I'm sure some people might say do more cuts, for example, because I generally don't do any cuts on my farm sim, for example, and that's primarily just because it works out with just my style. I don't like I could cut, but then it would be, I would have to probably make less videos or organize my time differently, I suppose. So let me know. Let me just any suggestion that you might have, let me know, and I'll do my best to come on, buddy. Let's stop right in front of a truck. Jeez. Maybe I should have been slowing down more, I don't know, but you don't just brake that hard in front of a truck. Anyways, what do I know? I'm not a trucker, but that always frustrates me when they do that. It's like, hey, here's a big truck, let's just, pump the brakes right in front of it. Actually, whenever I see people do that with what is it, concrete trucks, I'm just like, are you serious? You're really gonna like cut in front of a concrete truck and then hit the brakes? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. See, like, this is a little more obvious that it was just happening, so. But in the other scenario, he just jumped right in front of him. Well, he didn't jump right in front of me. He just slowed down a bit more abruptly than I was ready to stop. Anyhow. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think I could do to improve the quality of the videos, be it increasing the quality of the video or the audio or something. Or if it's something else, if you'd like to see more cuts in the video. So for example, if I cut here and say, hey, we're in Hanover now, maybe not for Euro Truck, but I don't know, let me know. Let me know. It's not impossible for me to do it, so it's not out of my reach. I just tend not to do cuts, that's all. So yeah, anything like that, just let me know. I'd be curious to hear what your opinions are about those types of things, because I'm always looking to improve in one way, shape, or form. I don't know. One of the things I used to do a lot of, right now there's not much in the Farmers Forum, just because it's the middle of the winter and not much farming is done in, well, that's not true. Not a lot of crop-related stuff is done in the winter. A lot of planting is done in the winter, but when it comes to planting, there's nothing really done. Not in Ontario, at least, so. If you're a dairy operation or a beef operation, you're feeding your cows, and that's about as far as it goes. Some people are lambing right now, or what's the word? Farrowing for pigs, or the word is. So it really depends on what your operation is like. But yeah, so that's one of the things I used to talk about a bit more, but there's not much going on right now, so I haven't talked about much real life farming. So one thing actually about real life farming is the Ottawa Farm Show, which is a local farm show here, is actually coming up March 10th, 11th, and 12th, and I'm going to be there on the Wednesday. If you guys want to meet up, I guess I'll be there on the Wednesday night, most likely. It's after work, so it'll probably be 7 or 8, something like that. I'll be there for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, something along those lines. So I'll be there. I will be walking about, doing my thing. So if you happen to be at the farm show on that day, let me know. I'll try and say hello. Should be a pretty good farm show. I haven't been for a couple of years now. Last year I didn't go just because didn't work out. It's kind of I don't know why they do it this way, but it's like only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it ends before I finish work most days. But it's geared towards farmers, not to people who work in an office environment, I suppose. And that's the thing I need to keep in mind because it's not designed for me. There you go, APL. Take that turn off. There you go. Nice. But yeah, let me know if you guys, if anybody's going to it. If not, that's cool. Whatever. I'm still gonna go regardless whether you guys go or not. So I'm gonna go check that out. Maybe I'll try and make a few videos. If you guys would like to see a few videos from the farm show, let me know. I'll make a few videos of Iain in real life, so to speak, or farming in real life, I guess is what I would call them. Farming simulator in real life. Let me know, because there will be some pretty cool machines there that I'll be able to jump into and have a look around in. So let me know about that, because that is going to be pretty cool once that is all said and done. I'm hoping to see some. I'm hoping to get into a couple fence. I don't think I've been inside a fent before. Last time I was at the farm show in 2013, I guess it was. I did get into a cat challenger, and that was pretty crazy. Like all the buttons. Actually, interestingly enough, I was watching or listening to a radio show the other day by a guy by the name of Philip Shaw. His Twitter handle is agronome, I think it is. Anyways, he has a blog at philipshaw.ca, I believe it is. And he's an Ontario farmer, farms down southern Ontario. Anyways, one of the comments he made was he was talking about technology in farming and how it's kind of interesting how farmers can't really fix new tractors these days because there's so much technology, and they're actually apparently what's happened is there's like passwords and codes in order to do certain things on the tractors these days, and only the tractor companies have the passwords in order to get in because they're like protected essentially. So basically, one of the points he made in the podcast was it's your data, but not really, sort of thing. Because if you want to do something specific with your tractor, like use some aftermarket parts, you are not going to be able to, because the only parts that will work with it might be like specific to that brand, and the only person who's able to adjust the computer is particular to that brand. So you need to take it back. So while it is better in terms of the quality of the tractor, you also have to consider, like, you know, can you repair the tractor, which a lot of times you can't these days, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. It's like, how do you deal with problems with your tractor? You really can't. So see if I can give you guys a little view here. There you go, the Krampi from Farming Simulator looks like. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's he brought up an interesting point, because one of the stories he talked about was a guy who's a computer programmer by trade and also a repairman, and he was trying to bypass some hydraulic aspect on one of the tractors, and he wasn't able to, despite the fact that he had a vast array of knowledge, and it was like pretty frustrating for him, because he knows he could do it, but he needed the passwords and everything from the dealer so he could actually do it, and they're not going to give that stuff out for free. So you basically have to pay a technician from the brand to fix your tractor for you, which is costs an arm and a leg. It's just kind of interesting, because nowadays you just can't fix your own tractor anymore, whereas you used to be able to back in the old days. It's much more difficult to fix your tractor now. So not impossible, just difficult, let's say that. And it depends what it is. If it's electronic or related to your if it's related to some sort of aspect of electronics, you're probably not gonna be able to do it. But if it's related to, like, you know, a tire or something like that, you'd be able to. So I don't know. It was an interesting point he brought up, and I was like, no, that's really true. If you want to fix something in a tractor these days, you really can't, which kind of sucks, really, because you can't just buy an old, well, quote unquote, an old tractor these days, because the old tractors are so, the old tractors are a lot more technologically advanced than the really old ones used to be, so there's not much you can do about it, really. In the greater scheme of things, at least. There's only so much you can do about these things, so this is the FedEx place. Alright, we're here. Perfect. Let's see what we got. Alright, now where is the drop-off point? Probably somewhere over here. I'm going to find out in a second, I'm sure. Is this the one where I have to drive past and back up? Yes, it looks like it is. Well, this one's not too bad, I don't think. Alright, now someone was saying... What were they saying? It was like a J and an L pattern. A J and an L pattern, so let's try this. So that's my J. And let's drop down to... So let's see if I can get this. So this is... I forget the comment, the 100% of the comment now, but what they were saying is like, you go in a J and then an L, I think is what the comment was, something along those lines. So in my mind, that's what I'm doing. Whether or not that's actually what I'm doing is a different story. So we're going to find out here in a second whether that is actually what's happening or not. And one of the things, because it's different for like North American trucks, because they have a long nose, it's a different style of backing up versus European style, of course. Oh well, this isn't too bad, I guess. If I straighten out here, it's not too bad. Better than most times I've tried to back up a trailer. I'd have to reread the comment now to verify if I was doing that right or not. Because so many times it's like, I think that's right. But in fact, it's not exactly right. Oh no, here we go. Alright. Turn the wheel, bring that back around. And straighten her out. And... oh, is that going to be good? Not exactly. Wonder how well like actual truckers can do that. I'm sure they're, well, it's their job, so I imagine they can do it fairly well. I would hope, at least. But I couldn't imagine like being like a beginning trucker and trying to do this. I'd be so scared of like hitting another truck. Like this particular, you know, loading zone is really open, but like, let's say I go past the post office most days, the main post office, and if you see like how many trucks there are, I would be so scared to try and, like, I've watched trucks back up in there, and I just like, I don't know how they do that. Oh, there we go, perfect. Parking brake on, turn the engine off. Nice. Excellent. Sweet. Show the results. Ooh, we're level 30 elite. Dun dun dun. Alright, folks, so that'll be it for today. My name's Iain. Robson has been Not Farming Simulator. This has been Euro Truck Simulator 2. Doing a little trip from Berlin to Hamburg, I think it was. And I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day.